Think you need thousands of dollars to start budgeting? Wrong. I'm going to show you how to create a bulletproof budget with just $100. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stretch that $100 for an entire month while still building wealth. This isn't about extreme couponing or eating ramen every day. This is real budgeting that actually works. Hey, smart spenders. Welcome back to Smart Dollar Tips, where we make money simple. If you're tired of complicated budgeting advice that doesn't work in the real world, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and let's turn your $100 into a proper financial foundation. First things first, let's flip your mindset. Most people think budgeting is about restriction. I can't buy this, I can't do that. But here's the truth. Budgeting with $100 is actually about maximizing every single penny. When you've only got $100, you become incredibly strategic. You start asking better questions like, will this purchase move me forward or just make me feel good for 5 minutes? That's the difference between people who stay broke and people who build wealth. So before we dive into the numbers, I need you to see this $100 differently. It's not only $100. It's your first investment in taking control of your money. And trust me, once you master budgeting with 100, doing it with 1,000 becomes easy. Now, you've probably heard of the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, 30 for wants, 20 for savings. But when you're working with just $100, we need to modify this. Here's my $100 breakdown. $60 for absolute essentials, $25 for a small emergency buffer, $10 for something that brings you joy, and $5 that you're going to invest or save no matter what. Let me explain why this works better than the traditional method. That $60 covers your bare minimum survival needs for the week or two until your next bit of money comes in. The $25 buffer, that's your oh crap fun for when life happens. Because it will. The $10 for joy is crucial. You can't live on rice and beans forever without going crazy. This keeps you human. And that $5 going towards savings or investment? That's building your wealth habit when money is tight. Let's break down that $60 for essentials. And I mean essentials, not, I really want this, but I literally need this to function. Food comes first, obviously. With smart shopping, you can eat for a week on $30 to $40. I'm talking rice, beans, eggs, bananas, oatmeal, peanut butter. Boring? Maybe. But it keeps you fed and costs less than 2 takeout meals. Transportation is next. If you're spending money on gas or public transport to get to work or find work, that's essential. Budget $10 to $15 if possible. The remaining $10 to $15 goes to absolute necessities. Maybe it's phone credit to stay connected, or soap and toothpaste because hygiene matters for job interviews. Here's the key. Write down everything you think you need, then cross off half of it. When you're working with $60 for essentials, every purchase has to earn its place. Ask yourself, will I die, lose my job, or miss an opportunity without this? If the answer's no, it waits until next week. That $25 emergency buffer is your sanity saver. When you're living on $100, Murphy's Law loves to kick in. Your phone breaks, you need an urgent bus ticket, or you run out of food faster than expected. Without this buffer, you'd panic. You'd make desperate decisions like borrowing money or using credit cards. But with $25 sitting there untouched, you've got options. The rule is simple. This money doesn't exist unless there's a genuine emergency. And no, wanting pizza at midnight isn't an emergency. I'm talking about situations where spending this money prevents a bigger financial disaster. If you don't use it this week, it rolls over and adds to next week's buffer. Eventually, you might have $50 or $75 sitting there. That's when you know you're winning at this budgeting game. Now let's talk about that $10 for joy. Some people think this is wasteful when money's tight. They're wrong. This $10 might be the most important part of your budget. Here's why. When you're stressed about money, you make bad financial decisions. You either spend nothing and feel miserable, then blow your entire budget in one emotional shopping spree. Or you feel so deprived that you give up on budgeting altogether. $10 gives you permission to be human. Maybe it's a fancy coffee that makes Monday bearable. Maybe it's a used book that helps you learn a new skill. Maybe it's a small gift for someone you care about. The key is being intentional. Don't just spend this $10 because it's there. Save it up if nothing feels worth it this week. Combine 2 weeks' worth to buy something that'll genuinely improve your life. This isn't about instant gratification. It's about sustainable budgeting. You're much more likely to stick to your budget if you don't feel completely deprived. Finally, that $5 going toward wealth building. I know what you're thinking. What can $5 possibly do? Everything. This is where millionaires are made. $5 might not seem like much, but it's building something more valuable than money. It's building the habit of paying yourself first. When you get comfortable setting aside $5 when times are tough, you'll naturally do it with $50 or $500 when times are better. Where should this $5 go? If you've got debt, put it toward your smallest debt first. Knock out small debts fast to build momentum. If you're debt-free, this goes into a high-yield savings account, or even a micro-investing app like Acorns or Stash. The amount doesn't matter right now. What matters is that you're proving to yourself that no matter how tight money gets, you always find a way to build wealth. That mindset shift is worth way more than $5. All right, let's make this practical. Here's exactly how to implement your $100 budget this week. Step 1. Get your $100 in cash. Physical money hits different than numbers on a screen. You'll think twice before spending it. Step 2. Use 4 envelopes labeled Essentials 60, Buffer 25, Joy 10, and Wealth 5. Put the cash in each envelope right now. Step 3. Track everything. Write down every purchase, even if it's just a pack of gum. When you're working with limited money, awareness is everything. Step 4. Review weekly. What worked? What didn't? Maybe you need 65 for essentials and only 5 for joy. Adjust as you learn. Remember, this isn't forever. This is training wheels for when you have more money. Master budgeting with $100 and budgeting with any amount becomes automatic. So there you have it. How to create a real budget with just $100. It's not about the amount you have, it's about building the systems and habits that'll serve you for life. Which part of this budget feels most challenging for you? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this helped you see budgeting differently, smash that subscribe button, because next week I'm revealing why you should never save money in a savings account. That video is going to shock you, so hit the bell to get notified.